Hi everybody and welcome to Network Nordonia. My name is Joe Clark. I'm the superintendent of the Nordonia schools. And today I'm at the Clarion Hotel with the Nordonia Hills Chamber of Commerce, giving my annual State of the Schools address. So good afternoon everybody. Last year I stood before you giving this very same State of the School speech, and I told you that we were in a state of remission. I was just finishing my first year as superintendent, and we were coming off a period of near financial disaster. We'd reduced our staff by more than 100 employees, we eliminated several key administrative positions, and we were entering another year of wage freezes. Today I can tell you that our hard work's paid off. Today I'm proud to say that Nordonia schools are the strongest they've ever been. Our student achievement is the highest it's ever been, and we're operating as efficiently as we ever have. Every year, the Ohio Department of Education releases local report cards to quantify how well school districts rank in a variety of measures. These include scores on achievement tests for students in grades 3 to 10, graduation rate, attendance rate, and achievement for students in a variety of subgroups, such as minority students, students in poverty, and students with disabilities. The report card also includes measures in value added, which shows how much growth our students have had over the course of 1 year. Now, the Ohio Department of Education rating system is in flux. They're transitioning from the old system you're familiar with, the excellent with distinction, excellent, continuous improvement, etc., to a new system whereby we receive actual letter grades for a variety of measures. What I can tell you is this: if the system did not change, the Nordonia schools would once again be excellent with distinction, having earned our highest performance index ever, and again being above value added, meaning that our students learned more than a year's worth of material in 1 year's time. Using the new rating system, we still had our highest performance index ever, we're still above value added, and in fact the Nordonia City schools, our report card grades were the second highest in Summit County. We are higher than Twinsburg, we are higher than Revere, we are higher than Greene, we are tied with Hudson. Let me repeat, of 17 school districts in Summit County, we have the second highest performance. And we do that with the third lowest tax rate in the county. The biggest change we're making with our academic programming is the same change that's happening in 45 states across the country. That's the implementation of the Common Core State Standards. The Common Core State Standards are what you might think of as curriculum, what it is that we teach to our students. The Common Core State Standards are much more rigorous than the current standards and are designed to make our students college and career ready. They put much more emphasis on reading informational text as opposed to fiction, and they require students to be able to explain their thinking. That means that on math tests, for example, students won't just give the answer to an equation, they'll be required to explain their reasoning behind how they found the answer. The Common Core State Standards will also bring with them a new set of student assessments to replace the current ones. This too is in transition and is supposed to be ready for the 2014-15 school year. Those of you that are with me today, at your table you have several sample questions from the new PARC assessments. And you'll see that on one side is the question, on the other side will be an explanation how to find the answer if you need some help. What you'll also notice is that these questions are set up for computer entry. The new PARC assessments will be given to kids on computers, no more paper and pencil. They'll be doing this at desktops, at laptops, at iPads, and those kinds of things. Take some time to take these home, go through them, and good luck to you. They are very, very difficult new standards. Another huge focus of the Nordonia schools this year is student safety. We're all too familiar with the tragedies that happened in places like Newtown, Connecticut, Middletown, Colorado, and closer to home here in Chardon. The school district will be training all staff and secondary students in a program known as ALICE. ALICE stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. It's a new philosophy in responding to safety risks. While our training used to focus on having staff and students lock themselves in a classroom, hoping a shooter wouldn't enter the room, ALICE is a contextual system that encourages evacuation when safe, locking down when it's not safe to evacuate, and countering when all other options are exhausted. For the first time in my tenure here in Nordonia, the district has adopted a new 5-year strategic plan. It has goals for instruction and learning, relationships, and operations management. Also at your tables, there are copies of our strategic plan, and this is going to be our roadmap through the year 2018. And of course, we'll adjust it as necessary. For those of you not in the audience, you can find our strategic plan on our district website. One thing that hopefully has been very evident to you in my tenure as superintendent is our focus on communications. Every principal in the district and I have a presence on Twitter. We all carry smartphones with us everywhere we go. And almost every parent question or concern is responded to within hours, if not minutes. A new community service graduation requirement has been implemented for the class of 2017, this year's freshmen. We believe that community service not only provides service to those people and organizations in the community that need it, but also that community service provides a real advantage to our students in 3 ways. First, it teaches them tangible life skills. Second, it provides them a competitive advantage for admissions to college. And third, it provides a competitive advantage for scholarship applications. Financially, the Nordonia Schools is stable. You remember that a levy passed in November 2011 that was enough to stop our bleeding and prevent us from being taken over by the state. Through maintaining a tight belt, we have managed to stretch that levy to this point. As you know, school revenue is generally flat while expenses continue to rise. This fiscal year 14, we will see those lines cross once again, meaning our expenses will be more than our revenue. However, we do not project an actual deficit until fiscal year 16. Also, remember that those predictions are part of a forecast that has many unknowns, particularly with the constant fluctuations in state funding. We will continue to be financially conservative to extend the life of the 2011 operations levy as far as we can. You may also remember that we had a permanent improvement levy expire in 2011. Permanent improvement levies can only be used for improvements to facilities or equipment that have a lifespan of more than 5 years, like roofs, parking lots, even textbooks and computers. Permanent improvement money cannot be used for salaries or benefits. We have almost exhausted the permanent improvement money from the levy that expired in 2011. You should not be surprised to see a small permanent improvement levy on the ballot sometime in calendar year 2014. Again, I repeat, permanent improvement money can only be used for facilities or equipment with a lifespan of more than 5 years, not salaries or benefits. As I wrap up, let me repeat that the Nordonia schools have never been stronger. This is due in no small part to the leadership of our school board. President Jim Verost and members Steve Biddle, Betty Klingenberg, Dan Gallagher, and Doug Masteller have done a wonderful job building a competent team and making tough decisions. We see with our beloved Cleveland Browns that constantly turning over leadership is often a recipe for disaster. We've been fortunate to have had such a strong school board working together so well for the past few years. Their leadership has allowed us to become one of the greatest school districts in Summit County. I thank you today for your attention, and go Knights.